For something like 2,500 years, Sun Tzu's Art of War has been the ultimate guide to strategy. But what happens when all that ancient wisdom slams head-on into our world of artificial intelligence? Well, that's what we're going to get into. We're going to explore how this one powerful idea, being formless, like water, is, believe it or not, more important now than ever before. So, it all kicks off with this one core idea from the Art of War. And on the surface, it sounds pretty simple, right? The army has no constant force, water has no constant shape. But what Sun Tzu's doing here is actually pretty profound. He's drawing a straight line between the pure chaos of a battlefield and the fundamental nature of water itself. And as you're about to see, this idea goes way, way beyond just fighting a war. In fact, this wasn't just some clever military tactic that Sun Tzu dreamed up. Nope, he was tapping into a foundational principle of traditional Chinese thought, a whole philosophy you could call water-like wisdom. So what in the world is water-like wisdom? Well, at its heart, it's this idea that real strength isn't about being rigid or tough or unmovable. It's all about adaptability. It's the power you get from yielding, from flowing around things, from completely changing your shape to fit the situation you're in. And this way of thinking isn't just for generals. It runs through the entire culture, from the highest levels of politics all the way down to how people interact every single day. And you can really see just how deep these roots go. The philosopher Lao Tzu, he saw water as the ultimate symbol of doing things without struggle. Confucius connected the very idea of wisdom to the nature of water. Even the great Emperor Li Shiming used it as a metaphor for the delicate dance between a ruler and the people. You know, the water can support the boat, but it's also powerful enough to flip it over. It's even baked right into common sayings about friendship and how to show gratitude. It's everywhere. Okay, now this is where it gets really fascinating. This chart lays out exactly how Sun Tzu translates the literal physical properties of water directly into military strategy. Just think about it for a second. Water always flows from high ground to find the lowest point. A smart army avoids the enemy's strong points and hits them where they're weak. Water changes its path based on the terrain it's flowing through. An army has to change its tactics based on the enemy it's facing. Water is formless, and a brilliant commander never uses the exact same trick twice. And just like water behind a dam builds up incredible potential energy, an army builds up its strategic advantage, or shi. And this quote just perfectly sums up the ultimate goal. Sun Tzu is saying that getting to this water-like state, this state of complete, unpredictable adaptability, is the absolute peak of military genius. To be so fluid that your enemy literally cannot guess what you're going to do next, he actually calls that divine. But what happens when this ancient, very human-centered wisdom comes face-to-face with a totally new kind of opponent? So that's the ancient wisdom. But in 2016, something happened that seemed to turn all of it on its head. The ancient, incredibly complex game of Go, which people thought was the ultimate test of human intuition, well, it suddenly became a new kind of battlefield. This was the final score, 4-1. The machine, AlphaGo, beat the human world champion Lee Sedol. And it wasn't just a win. It was so decisive, it sent absolute shockwaves around the world. It really felt like a sign that a new form of intelligence had shown up, one that could outthink us, even in areas we thought were uniquely human, like creativity and intuition. This one event led a lot of people to say that we are now entering the third great revolution in the history of warfare. The first was gunpowder, which completely changed combat. The second was the atomic bomb, which redefined what global power even meant. And the third, they argue, is artificial intelligence. So why is AI such a game changer? Well, it's because modern conflict, at its core, is a battle of the mind. It all boils down to speed. Who can see what's happening, figure out a plan, make a decision, and then act on it the fastest? And when you put the human brain in a race against a machine, well, the AI has some pretty staggering advantages. And this leads us to the absolute crucial question. When you've got machines that can calculate and react faster than any human possibly could, does human strategy, does this ancient wisdom of being like water even matter anymore? I mean, it's really the central question for our time, isn't it? When an AI can analyze every possible move on a game board or every single variable on a battlefield, is there any room left for the art of war? Or has it all just become a cold, hard science of computation? But here's the crazy part. The answer to that question might be hiding in Sun Tzu's own words. See, his most important principle isn't about having the one perfect plan. It's about being able to adapt when that plan inevitably falls apart. It's all about being unpredictable. And this, right here, is where the machine, with all its power, starts to show its limits. Let's really break this down. On one side, you have the machine, It's got speed, it's got massive processing capacity, and it runs on pure, relentless logic. It never gets tired. But remember that 4-1 score? Lee Sedol did win one game. So how'd he do it? He didn't try to outcalculate the machine. He won with a move of pure, brilliant human creativity. A move so out of left field, so intuitive, it literally confused the AI's logic. He won with inspiration. In other words, he became formless, just like water. So you see, this isn't a story about humanity becoming obsolete. Not at all. It's actually a story about a new kind of partnership, one where ancient wisdom can guide modern technology. Here's the key distinction we have to make. Right now, AI is an incredible tactical tool. I mean, it can fly a drone, analyze a mountain of data, or calculate a missile's flight path with mind-boggling efficiency. But it really struggles to see the big picture, that holistic, dynamic, and often totally irrational chaos of an entire war. It just doesn't have a commander's gut feeling. So the way forward isn't about replacing the human. It's about augmenting the human. First, you can use Sun Tzu's ideas about unpredictability and deception to throw an enemy's AI for a loop. Then, you use your own AI as a tool to process information faster, which frees up human commanders to do what only they can do: think strategically. The ultimate goal here is a new synthesis, combining that timeless human intuition with the lightning speed of machines to create a level of adaptability, of formlessness that we've never seen before. And that brings us right back to our final question. Sun Tzu saved his highest possible praise, that word divine, for the strategist who could become truly formless and unpredictable. So, in this new age of intelligent warfare, who's going to earn that title? Will it be the machine, the human, or the incredible partnership that finally masters the art of combining both? That's the challenge and the opportunity that lies ahead.